Wake and Rake Podcast, Fantasy Baseball League, Period 5. High Score is still battling for a Topps 2023 Series 1 Blaster Box Rip. The scores are either real tight or way out of bounds. Couple of boat races. Slow playing me. It's the best dad joke I ever made, and it can't be hidden in the chat. Sorry. Boat races for Too Busy to Change Team Name and Sully. Ooh, man, that's tough, Sully. Tough look, Sully! But DV's changed his team name to Too Busy to Change Team Name. Or I did it. I did it! And then Dougie is giving the dumpers all they can handle with 4 player starts remaining. That PSR number is very important. Which brings me to this matchup. BMF and Mashes. They score a lot of points every week because they start a lot of pitchers. But there's risk. Ooh, the Cubs! There's risk to starting a bunch of pitchers every week because they're not all positive performers. If you get shelled, you can lose 14, 15, 20 points even. You can lose a lot of points. Bradish lost 14 here, I remember seeing for Mashes. Okay, but that's not always the case. And if you want to get a lot of bats, go get a lot of bats. Plenty of ways to work this. It's not always going to work out that the 3 2-start pitchers you picked up to do the week do well. Or they get pushed back. Or they get shellacked and you end up losing points. There's risk to it. But I have noticed that the points have been adding up quite a bit on this PSR strategy if you really just flood with pitchers. But I don't know how long that's going to be viable. Ranger Danger and Harper's Heroes scoring a lot of points here. Ranger Danger could move to 3-2 or a 4-1. Ooh, man, 2-3. That's a big swing for Ranger Danger. Big game for him. 4 and 6 player starts remaining. We'll keep an eye on that one. The boat races and the tight races. But the prize is for the overall high score. Harper's Heroes sitting there 192 with 6 starts left. And Cassius with 10 starts and $1.88 has to be the odds-on favorite to keep it going. Wow. Big points this week. Don't forget next week, Period 6, Stadium Club Chrome Hobby for the top 6-point scorers. So conceivably you could lose your game and still get in. But that's the hobby box, and I want to make sure we're rewarding the best teams in that. Because that's a tough one to get. The statistics that you can search can be broken down by fantasy team. And I wasn't sure if everybody knew how to do that. If we're going to look at that matchup, say BMF or Harper's Heroes, the 3-1 Harper's Heroes, led by Corbin Carroll, you can see the output projection for the day. You can see the output for the rest of the period. This is useful for your own team and your own research, but it applies beyond the fantasy league because you can switch this. Wow, that's a lot of points coming from starters here. But it's a useful tool. If you switch this to all players, you can look at, okay, who is, not for the rest of period 5. Let's say we want to see over the next 14 days who's projected to be the top third baseman. Now, obviously, it's an algorithm, but the research that's gone into this program is fairly accurate, or as accurate as you can expect. And according to this, the usual suspects are up there at the top. But every once in a while, something pops in that you don't expect. When I was searching for the second baseman, because of the eligibility and all the things of that nature, Whit Merrifield, that kind of stood out to me. Whit Merrifield as the top second baseman. Also, Mookie with his second base eligibility for Spice Boys. Always nice to have multiple position eligibility. I don't want to get too tied up in that, but the way we have our point system set up, it just rewards good play, especially for batters. And if you wanted to see who's doing well or who you think is going to have a big week or a good matchup, this sorting tool in the CBS site is very useful. It's better than any internet tool that I have. So that's it. We're trying to keep them all within about 5 minutes. Come see me over there at Twitter, Rybread0844, at Rybread0844. Love you, mean it.